Woohoo! Here we go again. Oh, welcome to Great Convos, where we always say, whether you agree or disagree, you can always find great convos. I'm Roger, and that gentleman over there.
You point in the right direction. Here I am. I'm Alexandre. Hey, Roger, you look like a happy guy today. What's up?
And you are continuing to take those small steps.
I'm gonna get there eventually.
Hey, Alex, it is so good to see you again. And we want to say welcome to all our loyal listeners. Put in the chat, where are you coming from? You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate you. Alex, last night was the Super Bowl. It's like the king of all sports. Everybody is there, it's celebrities, and you didn't even know it was
I was watching the Winter Olympic Games. I don't even know who won, and I don't even know who played in the Super Bowl. And I will challenge you on the idea that it's the king of all sports because the Stanley Cup is coming up in a few months.
Yes, it is. But the Stanley Cup doesn't get the celebrities and the endorsements and the craze as the Super Bowl does. And shout out to the Seattle Seahawks who took home the championship last night over the New England Patriots. But the game wasn't really the big talk. It was the halftime show with music artist Bad Bunny. And what he said. Now, I won't go into all of that, but if you haven't seen it yet, take a look at his performance. And that's been the big talk from since it happened till this morning and all over.
The performance, but also the speaking, right? Did he take the time to give some political opinions?
Yes, he did. And that's what I think a lot of it was about. But I think we should leave that for another time because, hey, we're trying to stay happy today. And we're trying to keep it upbeat. And, of course, that comes with who we have here today, our special guest that will be joining us today. Man, she is phenomenal. She's been everywhere that you can imagine, done pretty much everything, and we are happy to have her on the show today. She is a scientist. She is a TEDx speaker. She is also a TEDx organizer as well, among many of her accolades. Alex, you ready to meet our special guest?
Let's get her in. Here is Dr. Viktoriya Sokolova.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yes. And how could I even be remiss in saying that she is also an author of many books, including the one that her and I did together, Speak to Inspire.
Exactly.
Yes.
We'll talk more about those books later on in the episode, but today we want to talk about happiness. Happiness, apparently, according to our guest today, happiness is a discipline. I've been wondering all week what that even means. Can you start off by letting us know what is your definition of happiness?
Happiness. Actually, happiness equal discipline sounds scary, right? But if we dive deeper, what is discipline? I would describe for myself happiness, first of all, is being in a flow. Do you know this kind of state when you do something, for example, you like to play Lego, like I usually see my son playing, or you like hearing music, or you do some kind of sport and time stops. You're in the flow, you're like focused and you don't need anything. So this is coming from your inner state, being in the moment. And this is exactly, you cannot, like me being a scientist, I cannot say that happiness equal flow. But if you're looking for happiness, flow is already a nice beginning to start with.
Now, you say that flow is a part of it. When people probably might say, well, my happiness is when I feel good about doing something, but there's more to it, you often will say, right? Is there more than just the act of doing something that is positive that you enjoy? or is there more to being happy?
So where should we start? Let's start first of all to find what you really like to do, because this is the key question. And many people actually forgot doing to-do list all day long and being in own routine or working from morning till afternoon and even forgetting what I really like to do. And actually in my very first TEDx talk, I was talking about the power of your childhood dreams. And you know why? Because I believe sometimes growing up, we forget what we really like to do. And for example, if you forgot what you like to do, maybe just go back to your childhood and recall, maybe you like drawing, or maybe you liked Transformers to play with, or maybe whatever you liked, maybe this is really great, the start point to find your passion.
In that text,
as soon as you find passion, then we can talk about further steps to your happiness.
Right. In that TEDx talk, you start off by saying what were your 3 childhood dreams. Can you list them here very quickly?
Oh, it was 4 years ago. Let me rewatch my talk. But as soon as I remember, I wanted to conquer the world because I love traveling. I wanted to play in Hollywood, and because of that, I joined Toastmasters 6 years ago, because this is all about the stage and telling stories. And I think the third one was to find therapeutics to treat cancer, which can save millions and millions of lives. This is like what I would love to do as a scientist.
Right. So is that childhood dream, that third one, why you became a scientist?
Oh, so when I was 18 years old, I was doing actually diving, high diving, 10-meter diving, like on professional level. I had 3rd place in Ukraine, and I was doing a lot of sport, and I wanted to become a professional athlete, but I had very intelligent parents, I would say, because till now I'm so grateful, because I had to decide between sport and science. And I wouldn't be sitting here if I wouldn't choose science for myself. So actually the third dream about developing of new therapeutics came from being a scientist for 20 years.
Can you tell us which science, just so that we're clear, you're a doctor of?
So in general, it is chemistry, but talking a little bit deeper, it is all about nanotechnology. And nanotechnology, this is now a very powerful field, because you can apply nanotechnology even for treating cancer diseases.
Now you talked about your athletic career, and now, of course, you're being a scientist and everything. Is there a correlation when we talk about happiness, and you do you have like maybe some words that you would say that cause a person, like a sports an athlete, to want to love what they do, and as well as being in science or in your careers? What is it that you say are necessary to truly be happy in what you do?
I think so first of all, let's come back. You're doing what you really love. Otherwise, don't start to do what you don't like, right? And if you do it consistently, again, here, let's stress attention to consistency, because I don't believe in magic tools that you can be like change yourself in 1 week or even in 1 month. Whatever you start doing, you should do it for years. Maybe you've heard about the power of 10,000 hours, right? Because to become a professional athlete or scientist or musician, you need this amount of time. And when you grow in your field, when you become professional, you experience this magic flow. And this flow coming from you being more and more like in this field, becoming professional, becoming experienced, becoming that person who is totally into this kind of action. So for example, running marathons, again here, if you do it once, maybe you struggle. But if you keep on doing it and you find your flow for 4 hours or 5 hours when you are running, you just understand how your brain is working. This is all about inner strength and mindset. And we can talk about this because actually whatever we discussing today is coming from inside out, right? And this is a lot depend on our mindset.
How do you link the idea of the physical exercise with better performance that is not even in line with, you're speaking the marathon, you're making more marathons, but in order to find flow somewhere else? Can you make that link a little clearer?
Okay, let's do it very easy. First of all, why motion? Why sport? Because first of all, this is where you can, in the easiest way, gain your energy. Okay, imagine the situation. You are sick, you are tired, you are stressed, you have zero of energy. How productive you are, how motivated you are, how can you bring values, how you can inspire people. So now coming back, the main question, not how to be productive, how to be successful, or even how to be happy. The main question, how can we get this kind of energy? And again here, running marathons, training every day 10 kilometers, your body is exhausted, but your mind is like so open to everything, and you gain this energy. And if you're full of energy, everything is like so easy. All problems are solved, you're inspired, and you bring this energy to the world.
Roger, so you've given us two words there that I've heard already, and the one is consistency and the energy. Would there be something else that as well that we need to be able to continuously feel that feeling? And I know you said flow as well, but is there anything else that we need?
So actually, let me just summarize what we were talking about. And again here, talking about energy, about consistency, but you might say, I have such a long to-do list and I don't have time for myself. I just accomplished my to-do list. I am so tired. I go to sleep, I wake up, I have even longer to-do list, and I am like in Groundhog Day, right?
Yes.
I am in this cycle which repeats. So the question, how we can avoid this? Do you have any ideas? First, I would like to ask you.
Oh man, I'm going to put it to our audience. Let them try to put in another word.
Well, you're hinting on it already, and Roger and I, we should do a follow-up from last week's episode, which was about Groundhog Day, and the challenge that was brought to us by our audience of taking a walk outside when we're feeling overwhelmed and we think we're always in the same routine. And we did that. We both went. I was going to say together, but at least we're not in the same city, but we went outside together with our pictures, and we both took a walk around. I'll let you tell us how you felt, Roger. But when I came back home after that walk around the block, I felt, I guess you got it, the better energy. Even though after lunchtime, it's more like I'm down. But walking actually gave me more energy, which is counterintuitive. Roger?
Yeah, I felt the same way. I thought that, part of getting back that energy, and I think what Viktoriya, with regards to the consistency part, you could do it once, but if you consistently are doing it over and over again, so taking that walk, which I did over and over again, starts to build that energy even more. And yes, it allows you to see things clearer. Number one, that's how I felt. You feel a lot clearer in how to handle your to-do list, so it wouldn't feel so overwhelming.
And I was alone with my thoughts. I didn't put any earphones in. I wasn't on the phone. I just wanted to be alone with nature. Well, I was with my phone so I could take a picture to prove that I did it. But aside from that, I put the phone away. So Viktoriya, please, are we on the right track here? What's your answer?
Okay, almost, but you didn't answer to my question.
No.
How could you avoid your to-do list and still be happy and energized?
So what would
Then
it be
I
then?
will give you a short answer if you allow me. Yeah, right?
Yes.
So if you have your to-do list, like the first priority, put yourself. I know it sounds selfish, right? But
Priority.
if you do it like first to do in the morning, go for a walk. It's 15 minutes. Everyone can find 15 minutes. Because if we do not invest in ourselves, we become sick, and after nothing is matter. So if you put like yourself like with a big heart on the top, and or at least do not go sleep before you accomplish something for yourself. For example, you reflect your day in the evening and you see you were productive. But maybe it was productive for work, but what did you do for yourself? Maybe you could read, you could run, you could do some kind of exercises, whatever could give you energy and bring you forward. This is what you usually have to do at least once per day. And this is like the best therapy to avoid any kind of stresses, burnout, or whatever, because actually burnout is focusing on your to-do list and forgetting what you really like and not gaining enough energy to keep your inside as a whole. This is like short answer. So prioritize yourself with a big heart on the top. And if you're happy and if you're energized, go to the world and spread this.
Okay, so we've got prioritize yourself, be consistent, and do it with energy. All right, I'm gonna put that down in the chat for us. Yeah, so that's the three key words right there when it comes to it. Viktoriya, you've got so many accolades, and when we're talking about prioritizing, when we're talking about consistency, talk about it from your perspective. How is it that you have been so consistent in what you do? Has there ever been a time that you didn't want to and almost felt like, for anybody who's ever felt overwhelmed and didn't want to do something, what would be your advice to them in terms of staying on that consistency, keeping that energy up, and prioritizing yourself?
Very powerful question, actually, because we all have energy and motivation when we start, but like running marathon, the first hour you are so energized, second hour already not so, third hour your body is telling you stop, what are you doing here? And after 4 hours finally you reach the finish line and you are happy. What I want to say, that doing something focusing on just your feelings is not the best way, because you can be feeling today happy or energized and tomorrow maybe it is not your day, bad hair day or something like that, you know. So what you actually do, you just stick to your routine, because when you are motivated and when you start it, you know already that you like this kind of activity. So don't focus on your feelings, which is sometimes pretty hard. Stick to your routine. And for example, for me, when I prepare for marathon, which I have the next one end of March, I run every day 10 kilometers. And I don't care if it is rainy outside, snowy, cold, I'm tired, or my bad day and everything just not in a way I want it to be. I just put on my sneakers and go outside. I run for 1 hour. After I gain my energy, I look from another perspective, and this is what really works. So you don't have to be happy all the time, but believe me, you will be happy in a long distance.
So sometimes in a long distance, well said, considering marathons. So discipline creates happiness, or happiness can come from discipline. Even if it's hard, even if it's difficult to get there, this is, I guess it's like the pursuit of happiness, what our American friends might say. It's not an easy race to run, but you get there through hard work, through discipline.
And even as speakers, right, Alex? Even we're all speakers here, but how many times are we practicing our speeches or or if we're in competitions for speaking, and you just don't feel it on a certain day, but you got to push through it. And that's, I guess, the discipline, the consistency, and the prioritizing of it all, and trying to find that energy, match that energy with what you want to accomplish at the end of the day.
Right.
Is that right, Viktoriya? Is that similar
Perfect,
to
perfect. Exactly.
right?
This is working everywhere. Marathon, speech preparation, relationships, business development, everywhere. You can be up and down, but if you keep moving, you're just moving like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've got a comment here. We just saw it from McKinley, who recommends that we read First Things First by Stephen Covey. Stephen Covey, who is the author of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So thank you for that recommendation, McKinley. First Things First. Viktoriya, you told me a little secret. I'm not sure how big of a secret it is, but I will reveal it here to our audience here. You've got 5 books right now that are available on Amazon, and you're working on your 6th one, where you will retell the stories of your experiences running a marathon. So that's going to come up soon. We'll see.
Yes.
Why don't you talk to me about the book To Become Unstoppable? You talk about consistency. I think this book is perfect for our audience.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
This book, To Become Unstoppable, I love this book actually, because when I was thinking, how can I summarize my experiences, which really worked for me, I decided to write this book. And this is like guidance for the whole year, because see, 52 chapters, 52 weeks in a year, right? And if you can read from the beginning till the end, because this is just nice 52 stories from my life. But after each story, you have exercise for 1 week.
Oh,
Start developing new skills. And after you can decide, do I need this skill to develop even more, or should I go to the next one, and so on. So in 1 year, you can develop 52 new skills, which could be powerful. And in my case, I just summarize what is working for me. And if you are curious, just check it. And I would be, very grateful to get feedback.
and 52 weeks for 52 new skills. It sounds like a good idea. 1 year passes so quickly. Wouldn't it be a great idea to be more effective, more, I guess you would say, to become unstoppable? So let's get our friends, our I'm trying to point here, get our people to find your books on Amazon.
Listen, I was going to go somewhere else, but I just realized the time. We're up against the time right now. Viktoriya, any last thoughts for our listeners? Anything that you would like to leave them with right now?
Okay, just to sum it up, what really works well for me. First of all, focus on your energy. And if you don't know where to gain energy, just go for a short walk, like 15 minutes, half an hour. And this is already a great beginning. So energy and consistency.
Sounds good. I think we'll do it again, Roger.
Yes, we will. We can have to continue doing this. Viktoriya, as always, a pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much. She made a brief cameo when we were in Germany at your TEDx event in Essen. She is a TEDx organizer as well. That's, again, another one of her accolades. But I had the pleasure of being in Germany on your stage performing, and you made a cameo there. Today, you impressed us and shared your views and your thoughts, and we thank you. And to our loyal listeners, I hope that you continue this conversation wherever you may be. What is it that you want to be consistent with? Where are you finding your energy? And are you prioritizing yourself first in making sure that you get the best out of whatever it is that you want to do? Viktoriya, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so
And
much.
as we always say, whether you agree or disagree, you can always find great convos. Alexandra, Viktoriya, have yourself a wonderful week. See ya, listeners.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.